The current arc in My Hero Academia has been getting more and more intense after each passing chapter. All the sides are in their positions, with some teams already springing into action, i.e. Burnen's team and Endeavor's team. Last week's chapter ended with Endeavor confronting Dr. Ujiko, aka Maruta Shiga, but since that name is going to be obsolete soon, I'm gonna stick to calling him Dr. Ujiko. Plus, that name rolls off the tongue better for me anyway. I honestly did not expect things to be escalating as quickly as they did, let me tell you. Considering the main goal of this whole mission is to arrest Dr. Ujiko, the man controlling the Nomu, I was very surprised when the pro-heroes supposedly found him almost immediately after walking into his hospital. This week's chapter, chapter 260, began with Ujiko attempting to run away. He was quickly stopped by Aizawa's cloth though. Aizawa used his erasure on Ujiko to play things safe, even though Skawichi told everybody that the doctor was quirkless. Well, that wasn't the case, because Dr. Ujiko began to rapidly age after Aizawa looked at him. He went from looking like he was in his mid to high 40s to a 90-year-old senior citizen. Wrinkly as all hell. While reading before Skawichi explained it shortly after, I realized Dr. Ujiko's quirk was the core reason All For One was able to stay alive for so long. Dr. Ujiko was able to successfully duplicate his quirk amongst other quirks in order to power up All For One in the Nomu, hence why so many of the Nomu, like High End and the Nomu from the USJ attack, have incredible regen capability. It all roots from Dr. Ujiko's quirk. Really makes me wonder if he's been All For One's original right hand even before All For One lost to All Might. Dr. Ujiko very well could have been born around the same time as All For One, but was, able to stay alive due to his quirk. President Mike gets incredibly worked up over this information, wondering why Dr. Ujiko would use his genius intellect and technology for evil purposes. His lost friend Shirakumo was definitely on his mind while yelling at Ujiko. Ujiko was the one who turned Shirakumo into Kurogiri after all, so, President Mike is still super upset about that. I really would love it if Shirakumo could be brought back to how he used to be somehow. With Eri around, it's definitely possible, but as far as we know, she still doesn't have enough precise control over her quirk to fix something like that. I loved Aizawa's little speech to Ujiko here too, when he said, "The people you tinkered with and tossed aside are all saying, 'This is our payback.'" Oh my god, dude. So badass. It was so badass. We then see Mirko spring into action, busting down the entryway to the morgue, which is where the Nomu and Shigaraki are being kept. She finds a bunch of Nomu along the way, alerting Endeavor and the rest. They got company. Some of those Nomu burst through the floor, with one of them drilling through the doctor's stomach. Turns out the old coot was a twice clone the whole time. Of course the heroes won't be able to arrest him that easily. What do you think this is? Aizawa points out things replicated by Twice's double can't be dissolved by eraser, rather only the quirks of the original copy the clone is using. The thing is with this statement is it could be seen as a way to explain more about Twice's quirk to the audience, but at the same time, the audience should have technically known about this for a while because of how Dabi's clones worked during the training camp arc. We clearly saw in Aizawa's scuffle with clone Dabi that only the flame quirk got erased, but not the clone itself. The clone itself didn't go away until taking a certain amount of physical damage. I guess because that was Aizawa's first time encountering that quirk back during the summer training camp, he didn't understand the full grasp of it until now, hence why he was surprised when Dr. Ujiko's clone didn't melt away until being pierced by the Nomu. The real Dr. Ujiko is in his secret lab with more Nomu and Shigaraki. Shigaraki, who was last seen on some type of freakish hospital bed, seems to have been moved to one of the tubes that the Nomu are also kept inside. The shot with Shigaraki in the tube kind of reminded me of how 9 is in the tubes when Dr. Ujiko was looking at him in those trailers from My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. Ujiko's rambling inside his head, talking about how complicated it is just to replicate a single quirk and how everything in this lab is his life's work. Horikoshi really wants people to hate the fuck out of this dude, and it is working. This piece of shit has giant shelves filled to the brim with quirks he's been able to replicate from people. It's even worse when some of these quirks on those shelves were probably taken from children. I mean, the man owns orphanages. I guarantee if he's seen an orphan child with a strong quirk, he's taken a quirk from them. Dude, why is Mirko just so perfect? I don't understand. Why is Mirko so perfect? I wonder if she's got the same reproductive drive as a real rabbit. You guys can report this video if you want. It's fine. But my god, was she mowing through those Nomu like it was nothing. Those are just normal Nomu, I'm sure, though. If one high-end was enough to almost kill Endeavor, I doubt Mirko could take out several by herself. Right as Ujiko is trying to make his escape using John-chan's warp, Mirko breaks into his lab, crushing John in the process, asking if he's the real doctor. I saw the scans of this chapter before it came out on Viz, and someone said how funny it would be if she said, "What's up, Doc?" when she barged in. Oh, dude, that actually would have been one of the best Bugs Bunny references I've ever seen. Oh well, Missed opportunity, but still looked cool. And considering this Dr. Ujiko was monologuing about how his double would distract the heroes, the one Mirko found has to be the real deal. However, she's definitely not catching this motherfucker. Since Ujiko no longer has a way to warp away since John-chan got crushed, I think his only option is to let out the Nomu that are in the tubes to take on Mirko. Some of those Nomu that are let loose could very well be high-ends, though. This potential scuffle could end up leaving Mirko severely injured before backup arrives. Some have said she could die if she ends up fighting these high-end Nomu, but to be honest, if they are going to kill anyone on the hero side, I don't think Hori would do it this early, especially to her. If anything, this will be a situation similar to Mirio versus Chisaki when Mirio was quirkless for a good chunk of the fight. There's also the possibility of Shigaraki completing his transformation early so he could take on Mirko, but that seems like something that would be saved for the big climax of this arc. I feel like the other PLF commanders should get, you know, some action time before Shigaraki's finished, assuming he finishes early. He's technically not supposed to be done for another 3 weeks, according to Dr. Ujiko. And although I love Mirko, she's great, she isn't the most significant character in the world. Considering how high the stakes are this arc, if anybody's going to die on the hero side, it would probably be somebody more important. It seems like the top contenders for deaths on the hero side are Endeavor, Hawks, Aizawa, and All Might, with Aizawa being the least likely, at least in my opinion. Endeavor I can especially see happening if the whole Dabi Toya reveal goes down. Just imagine Dabi and Giten, or Jiten, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Geten, having Endeavor backed into a corner with Dabi revealing to Endeavor he was Toya all along before finishing Endeavor off. How insane would that be? If Dabi isn't revealed to be Toya by the end of this arc though, I'm dropping my hero. I cannot wait any longer for this, man. I'm losing it. I think that just about does it for this video though. Very solid chapter with no page shortage, because, you know, Horikoshi has little page shortage sometimes. There's been chapters that are only 12 pages, but this one I think was 17. The way Ujiko was drawn with all the wrinkles looked so good, coupled with the action shots of Mirko. You can really see the improvement in Horikoshi's artwork in these chapters if you look at this chapter compared to a chapter from the USJ arc, for example. Very glad we aren't on break next week either. Keep up that incredible work ethic, buddy. You got this. Let me know in the comments below how you think next week's chapter could play out. I'd love to know your thoughts on that matter. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Take care. Bye-bye.